In this video, I'm going to show you how to work wrap and turn short rows as seen in some of my patterns, such as the shift sweater. Okay, so the piece I'm currently working on, I've went ahead and cast on my stitches, and I'm ready to start working back and forth doing some short rows to shape a shoulder seam. I'm going to go ahead and work my pattern up until the point where it tells me to wrap and turn. Okay, so I'm at the point in my pattern where I need to wrap and turn. My last stitch was a slip-one with yarn in front, so I have my yarn in the front currently. When you're wrapping on the knit side, or the right side of your work, your yarn has to be in the back. So I'm going to go ahead and bring that to the back. I'm going to slip one stitch from my left needle over to my right needle, purlwise. Bring the yarn back to the front, and just slip that stitch back. Now at this point, I'm going to be turning my work over to the wrong side. So this yarn that's currently in the front, it can just stay there. Because when I flip it over, it is conveniently now in the back. So now my instructions are to purl back to the beginning. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, I'm back at the beginning. So now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be actually working to my wrapped stitch and working a little bit beyond that. So I'll show you what to do when you encounter a stitch that is wrapped. Okay, so now where I'm at is I've got the wrapped stitch as the next stitch on my left needle. You can see because there's kind of this funny space between these two stitches, whereas these ones are all uniform. And if you look, you can also see the wrap right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slip this stitch to my right needle and just hold it there for a second. I'm going to find the wrap, which is right here. I'm going to lift it up onto my right needle, and then I'm going to knit those together. So just knit two together. And you have now worked a wrap stitch from the right side. Okay, I will show you a wrap and turn once more. So my last stitch that I just did was a slip one with yarn in front, so I've got my yarn in front. Since we're turning on the right side, I have to bring that to the back. And then my next stitch on the left needle, I'm going to slip over to the right needle, bring my yarn to the front, and then just slip that stitch back over to the left. Now I have wrapped it, as you can see, and then I'm able to just turn my work and continue in the pattern that I'm currently making. Okay, that was how to wrap and turn from the right side. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do wrap and turn short rows from the wrong side. I'm just going to start by working in my pattern up until the point that I need to do a wrap and turn. Okay, so now I'm ready to do wrap and turn. The last stitch that I worked was a slip one with yarn in back. So my yarn is in the back of my work, I've got a stitch here, and I'm going to wrap and turn this next stitch. So I'm going to bring my yarn from the back to the front. I'm going to slip the next stitch on my left needle over to my right needle, and then I'm going to bring the yarn to the back, and then slip that stitch back over to the left needle. Okay, so now I've just wrapped this stitch right here, as you can see. Leave the yarn in the back so that when you turn your work, it's ready for you to use. Okay, my next instructions are just to knit all, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, I'm back at the beginning, and it's time to turn my work back to the wrong side. Next up, I'm going to show you how to deal with a wrap stitch on the wrong side. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and work on the pattern up until the point that I need to work the wrap stitch. I'll catch up with you in a second. Okay, so now it's time to work this wrapped stitch right here. And since we're on the wrong side, things are going to be a little bit different. We're going to keep this stitch on the left needle for now. Find the wrap. You can see here, this looks like it's the wrap. It's kind of slingshotted around my stitch. I'm going to pick up that wrap with my right needle, just slip it onto the left needle so it's sitting next to the actual stitch, and then I'm just going to purl these together. and you're done. That's how you work a wrap stitch from the wrong side. So I'm just gonna continue my pattern and then I'll show you one more time. Okay, it's time to make one more wrap stitch. So right now my yarn is in the back. I have to bring that over to the front. I'm gonna slip the next stitch on my needle over to the right. Bring my yarn to the back again, and then just pass that stitch back to the left needle, and I have now wrapped that stitch. It's time for me to turn my work. And my next instructions are just to knit across, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, so I'm just working across the back so I can show you how to deal with a wrap stitch one more time. When you're on the wrong side, you leave the wrap stitch on your left needle, and then with your right needle, you're gonna reach under and just pick up that wrap, slip it over to your left needle, and then you're just gonna purl the wrap and the stitch together. And that's how you work a wrap from the wrong side. Okay, I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions about wrap and turns, let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching.